In times of uncertainty, automation can help organisations by focusing on how you bring automation into the employee experience. How do you make people's jobs easier to do? And when you do that, that actually then moves forward into customers having a much better experience, because you've got employees who can focus on the customer rather than focus on getting things right on the system. So automation across the top of multiple systems really eases things for employees. Automation has enabled businesses and organisations to transform in strategic ways. And if we look at the last couple of years as an example, within healthcare, which is something that Blue Prism is incredibly proud of, we were able to work with health professionals to look at the work that they had to do to get things filled in, to move records around, etc. And we were able to take away vast amounts of that work, and ultimately what that meant was more doctors and more nurses at the front line with patients when they were most needed. If we then look into financial services, people were having to apply for loans, and this was really critical. This was for people to be able to live. And when we looked at how we could help organisations automate these loans, it just enabled them to be able to respond to people who were in need at pace, and for people to become, quite more reassured by what they were getting out of their financial services institutions. I think intelligent automation has already impacted the C-suite to a degree, in that if we think back a number of years, almost every organisation was talking about we need to have an automation project. Not all automation projects though have moved forward, and some are kind of still stuck in pilot mode. The reality though is that through what has happened in the last 2 years and showing the power of automation to improve things for the employee and for the customer, if the C-suite are wanting to improve their organisation's outcomes and the well-being of their employees, it really is incumbent on them to understand how automation can help their organisations deliver the required outcomes. Over the next few years, the RPA industry, which I prefer to term really intelligent automation industry, I think it will change in ways that, having seen what the art of the possible is over the past couple of years, there will be more demand. That demand should really be led from the front, where you're thinking, if we need to achieve something, how do we bring process thinking into that, bring intelligent automation into play, and therefore improve outcomes for everybody? What does that mean for the industry? I think we see some degrees of consolidation today. The demand is huge. There is lots of work for a number of competitors, but we also see large-scale organisations such as Microsoft looking into this and becoming far more serious about it as well. So I think what we can see is intelligent automation really becoming a cornerstone of how technology helps businesses. So, like anything, if you're going to spend money on a technology project or program or an effort, you really need to be sure that it's going to deliver a benefit to your organisation. We already know how to do this. There is no reason that we can't build on techniques of the past where we've looked at what is the problem we're trying to solve, how do we measure for that problem so that when we do solve it, we see these measures improving and we get the benefit back into our organisation. There is absolutely no reason that that approach cannot be taken when it comes to intelligent automation type programs, and therefore you can see true return on investment. And I could cite one case where I know a customer who effectively spends about $2 million a year on this and believes that they are getting $40 million a year in benefit from it. A measured benefit that's absolutely worth going after.